Hi, my name is Fraser and welcome to GPU Solutions. So today we have this Nvidia RTX A4000 which is reported as not getting detected. In fact, the computer doesn't boot when this GPU is installed. So the user of this card mentioned that he touched something at the back while the GPU was running, and since then, it's not booting at all. So let's go ahead and troubleshoot and find out what exactly is wrong with it. So I'm going to start off by measuring the shunt resistors here, and let's test it. And as you can see, it's less than an ohm. Let me zoom in a bit. And there you go. So let me also measure the resistance at this shunt here. And it's the same. So both the shunt resistors shows a short, and so we'll have to identify where that short is coming from. I'm also going to measure the resistance on the PCIe and check if we have any short over there. Let's check it. Measuring the 12-volt PCIe, and we don't have any short here. Let's check the 3.3 volt, and we don't have any short either. So we don't have any shorts on the PCIe side, but the short is only on the 6 pin. So whatever this 6 pin is connected to, there is a short on this line. So it probably may be MOSFETs, or it can also be on the memory. So let's go ahead and open this GPU and we shall continue from there. Looking at the circuit here, it looks very similar to a 3060 or a 3060 Ti with lesser phases on the board. So one of the phases could be faulty, or it could also be the memory. Let's find out what exactly is wrong with it. So let's go ahead and take a look under the microscope. Let me switch over to the microscope now. We might find something which is out of place, or something that may be burnt, or something like that. But let's find out. It's very common on a 3060 or a 3060 Ti for the memory phase to blow out. So I'm just going to take a look in this direction first, because I've received many cards on, that are 3060s or a Ti, and I had blown MOSFETs on the memory phase. But there is no harm in looking in all the other places as well. Looking at this particular MOSFET looks a bit weird. I can see kind of a burn as such, but I don't think there's anything wrong there. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and measure the resistance on the 12-volt side, check if there's a short over here. Let me check if I can get my probes. Let's measure it. And I don't see any short. So there's no more short on the memory. That's a good sign. So probably the next step is to inject voltage. So I'm just going to connect a wire to the shunt resistor here and inject some voltage. So that way I can get to know or what exactly or where exactly the short circuit is. So there are many ways to go ahead and test where the short is coming from, but I would like the voltage injection because I get straight to the point. So let's go ahead and prepare the board. Okay, so I have my power supply ready and I have set it to 1.3 amps. 1.3 volts and 5 amps, and I have my thermal camera ready as well. So let's go ahead and inject the voltage and see what lights up. Injecting 1.3 volts now. I don't want to get any higher because I don't want anything to blow out, or I don't want to kill the core if the voltage is getting passed on to the core. And the only thing that I can see is the core lighting up. You can see the core is slightly warmer than the surrounding area, and that indicates that whatever is shorted is transferring the voltage directly to the core. Okay, so I'm going to try the same thing from the front because from the back I couldn't see any MOSFET or anything that was lighting up. So it's definitely a MOSFET because it's transferring the voltage to the core. And I don't see any MOSFET lighting up except for the GPU core. And that's not a good sign. So the voltage is getting transferred to the core, but there are no MOSFETs anywhere that I can see lighting up. Okay, so here's the thing. Now, the top three MOSFETs on this board are connected to this 6-pin here, and the bottom two are connected to the PCIe of the 12-volt PCIe. So now, since I cannot inject voltage any higher because it's directly getting injected to the GPU core, it will definitely kill the GPU core. So the only option I'm left with is to remove the MOSFETs one by one and then take a look which one or when the shot is going out. So since the top three is my suspect because they are the ones that are connected to the 6-pin and that's where the short is. The bottom two do not have a short, so I'm not worried about the bottom two. So I'm just going to go ahead and remove one MOSFET at a time and check if the short goes away. Okay, so I have put the board on the preheater. So let me just go ahead and connect my preheater first. There you go, it's connected, and I'm just going to turn it on. So it's going to heat up to 120 degrees Celsius, and I'm just going to wait for the board to heat up. I'm just going to apply some flux. So I'm going to remove each MOSFET one by one. So that way I will be able to isolate the problem because I've already tried the injection method and it did not work. And yeah, let me cover the capacitors so I don't blow out any capacitors. Now, the other way is to remove the capacitors and start off from there, but there is enough space so I can just put something to cover the capacitors and keep them safe. And I can now start my work. So my preheater is ready, so I'm going to go ahead and remove the MOSFET first, the one from the center. Okay, so we've removed the MOSFET. Let's go ahead and measure the resistance, check if our short is gone. The board is still hot, but it should still read the resistance. And checking, no, we still have a short. So we'll have to go ahead and remove the second MOSFET, the one after that, and we shall continue from there. So the short is still there. The board is hot, but yeah, the short is still there. So let's go ahead and proceed to remove the next MOSFET. Okay, so we've removed the second MOSFET. Let's measure the resistance again. And you can see the resistance is rising now. So that was our shortened MOSFET. So we found the shortened MOSFET. And let's go ahead and replace this one. So we found our culprit. Time to install the MOSFET back again. So let's go ahead and install the good MOSFET and replace the faulty one. Let's start with it. Okay, so the next thing is we are going to check the resistance and make sure that we don't have any shorts. It's important to check the resistance after replacing the MOSFETs, and in this case we don't have any shorts. So I'm just going to let the board cool down. The board is very hot right now, so I'm just going to keep it aside. Once it cools down, we're going to continue from there. Okay, so the board has cooled. Let's go ahead and check the resistance, just to ensure we don't have any shorts. Everything is proper and we don't have any shorts. That's good. So the next important thing is to test all the voltages and the power draw. So I don't want to put it on a bench directly without checking all the voltages. So I'm going to connect my power supply and test to see if the power draw is normal and if if all the voltages are present. Oh, I'm connecting it incorrectly. Just a second. Let me connect the power supply. Now let me test it. I will also connect my multimeter. Okay, so my multimeter is connected. Let's turn it on. And we have just below 1 amp. So let's check the voltages. Checking 12 volts and we have 12 volts. Let's check 1.8 and we have 1.8 volts. Let's check 5 volts and we have 5 volts also. Let's check the core and we have the core voltage. Let's check memory. We have memory and PEX. We have PEX also. Okay, so all our voltages that are required are there and working. The next thing I'm going to do is install this on my test bench and check if the card boots and if it displays any image. So let's go from there. Okay, so the board is on my test bench and I'm going to boot this thing up. So I'm just going to wait for the image and then that's it. So I'm not going to boot into Windows or anything like that. It's just that because it doesn't have any cooler attached. So yeah, just waiting for the image. And we have an image. So that's it. So I'm just going to clean the board, assemble it and stress test it thereafter. Okay, so now we know that the board is working, so I'm just going to clean the board, clean the mess or the flux that is all around, and also the old, thermal paste and things like that. And then I will go ahead and assemble the card. So I'll continue. We'll continue once the cleaning and the assembly is done, and I'm going to boot, then install it on my bench and boot it to Windows, and thereafter do all the stress testing. Okay, so as you can see, the GPU is now installed on my test bench and it has booted to Windows. The drivers have been installed with no errors. The next step is to run Superposition, and once it completes the test, this repair is completed and it's going to go back to its owner. Okay, so I hope you learned something from this video, and if you did, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more content like this. If you like the work that I do, you can join in as a channel member or use the thanks button as a one-time option. Your contribution helps. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now. Cheers.